Good afternoon, everyone. This is Nosheen Mukhtar, and you're watching me live in Talks with Neetu Choudhary. And with me, like before, is one of the best life coaches in Dubai, Neetu Choudhary. Hi, Neetu. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. And wishing you very happy new year.
Oh, thank you. Yes, a very happy New Year to you too, and welcome to the show. In response to a poll to which all of you responded and said that you would like to have talks related to personal development so that you could improvise on your personal development, we decided to launch this show in which we present to you different ways that you can develop yourself and be successful. So Neetu is going to help us understand what personal development really is, what are best practices that we can make use of, how we can set different goals for us in 2022 and succeed. So here we go. You have to quickly drop in and send us messages about where you're joining us from, what do you do, what have you decided to develop yourself as a person, what practices have you made use of in order to ensure that you are growing and developing. And in the meantime, I will introduce you to Nitu. So, Neetu Chaudhary is one of the solutionists. She is a life coach by passion. She is helping people understand growth mindset. She's an NLP practitioner who's certified in emotional intelligence, hypnotherapy, and neurosemantics. And usually people approach her when they feel stuck in their life. She helps them go to the next level by developing, as in self development, resolve some unresolved emotions, understand themselves better, follow their dreams, and make them come true. So, Nitu, today we are going to talk about something very interesting, right?
Yes. And the best part is that we are having this conversation in the beginning of the year. So it's like completely at the right time and it's very value adding to everybody. So to
Yes.
begin with, I would like to ask one question to everyone, although it's not a math session, but still 365, if we multiply by 1, how much will it be? Yes.
365 by 1 will be
Yeah.
365.
If we multiply 365 by
Yes, of
one,
course.
if we multiply 365 by 1.01, how much will it be? Please write in the chat. Let's see who's using calculator.
Now, where is my calculator? So I have to
365,
multiply.
yeah,
Where?
365 multiplied by 1.01.
1.01. Okay.
Yes. Let's see who gives the right answer first.
Are we getting answers here? Hello, guys. Where are you? I can see around 44, 46 people watching us. We need you to answer this question by Nitu. She wants us to know if we multiply 365 with 1.01, what do we get? I'm not going to say it. I've already done it here. So,
I think children will
so
laugh
I
at us
want
because
you
even I
guys
use
to tell her.
calculator.
Yes. I want you guys to tell her what happens when we multiply 365 by 1.01.
We need to
I'm
go
going
back
to
to
LinkedIn on
standard.
my phone and
Yeah.
check.
We need to go to grade 4. 368.65. Very good.
Okay, Isra,
Islam,
thank you
you're the
so much
first
for this
one.
answer. You have to tell us, did you use the calculator for this?
Yes. Even I used it.
Even
Oh, that's wonderful.
okay, we got another answer from
Yeah.
Balakrishna. Thank you so much for answering the question. It is 368.65. And Sana, thank you. We are very happy to join you here. And we are very happy to have responses from you in the chat.
Yeah.
Now, getting back to the exercise, why did you ask us? Why you
Now,
asked us to multiply?
before I answer it, I have another maths question. If you
Okay.
minus the number which you have got, 368.65 minus
Mhm.
365, how much do you get it? What is the difference between these two numbers?
Don't forget, I have my calculator open. So there we go, 3.65.
This little calculation is very important for personal development. That's where we are having this conversation.
Okay, so you want us to keep things on track and
Yes.
calculate how we spend our time. Is
Yes.
that true? See?
Yes, you're on the way. So 365 point, sorry, 368.65
3.65.
minus 3.65. Wow, you're super fast.
It's
Special credits from Isram. Now,
yes, that was very good.
why did I ask this question? In a year, we have 365 days. If I'm doing exactly what I have done last year or previous years, I'm exactly
Oh,
the same person. So I'm living only 365 days. But each day, if
right.
I make just 0.01% improvement, it could be the smallest improvement like learning 5 English spellings in a day or learning 5 words in any other language, learning any skill, learning to watching a TED talk to learn something, learning the
Right.
business, learning finance. It could be anything, the smallest thing. But if you make every day 0.01% improvement, you are getting 3.65 days extra in your life. And this shows the value
Right.
of very tiny improvement which you make each day.
I got that. This was clever.
And
Okay, so
now,
bit by bit, we must make progress. It
yes,
might not look very huge in the beginning, but little actions with smallest time investments make a big difference. And that is
yes.
how we impact our lives. By the way, Nitu, I don't remember how I started 2021. I don't remember. I don't remember any of the first days. All I remember is the last few 4 5 days that we have spent in 2021, and those are
Yes.
also the working days. The weekend was relaxing, and I literally
Yeah.
did nothing.
You know, the beauty of it is that we all have 24 hours. The people, those who achieve big things in their life, and people, those who don't achieve, and they are living the life and thinking, one day I will be like this, one day I will be like that. They also have 24 hours. So it is not about the time, it is not about the resources. It is
Right.
about how you utilize this time is most important. That's what we are going to discuss today in our couple of exercises.
Okay. How we use our time.
Yes, how we use our time, because we have only 24 hours. The person who is achieving what we want to achieve is also has 24 hours. The person who has not achieved is also having 24 hours. Where do we want to put us in this scale? That we have to decide.
Of course, we want to become the people who are achieving. All of
Yes.
us.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. A lot of people talk about setting up the New Year resolutions, resolving, okay, I will not do this and I will do that, and I will go here and I will not go there, and lots of stuff. Do you think that New Year resolutions are like goals, or do they help us in any ways?
I have done it. See, I have experienced it. I have done it myself, and I realize New Year resolutions doesn't do anything. I never
Okay,
recommend anybody to take resolution, because resolutions are not time bound. Resolutions are more like a dream, but they are not. We don't want them so desperately that we wake up from the sleep and work for it. So
okay,
resolutions are just dream I'm watching in life while I am sleeping. The goal is something which will wake me up from the sleep and say, "Oh God, you have to achieve this goal. Get up and do this thing because you're reaching your target." So I always
right,
recommend everybody set goals, set smart goals rather than taking resolution. Break them into milestones, review them, and this is the way you can achieve it. Take
right.
take the biggest goal in your life, which is the most scariest goal. Like we have got one comment over here. First goal is
Yeah.
to hunt a job on way of monthly income. Okay, so you have to define what kind of job exactly you're looking for.
Like
You
he
have to
should have
define it.
clarity.
Exactly, you write the JD for yourself, that this is what I'm going to be looking for. This is the salary I'm looking for. This is the kind of company I'm looking for. Write it clearly. Thinking in mind is one thing, but when it comes to hand, you have to really think, okay, what exactly I want. From hand, brain to hand is what the manifestation of your dreams. So we have to bring your child from
Okay.
your hand.
Right. We have another comment. Someone is facing a challenge, so they share with us. Ashish is saying, I want to be a punctual person, but I can't manage to do so.
Okay, you give your answer. You said you can't manage to do so. You have to rewrite the sentence. because what you speak is what you think, and what you think is what you speak. I was not able to manage my time. I was not punctual yet, but I will figure out how to do that. So the power of yet you have to use. If you're saying you
Hmm.
cannot manage it, means you are giving the power to brain, I want it but I can't do it. So the way you're
Yes.
using the vocabulary, you have to change. I couldn't do it yet, but I have to figure out how to do. Why I'm saying this thing? Because our brain understands what we are speaking. So the moment I say I couldn't do it yet, but I have to figure out. The brain starts working on, okay, what is the solution for that problem? I couldn't do it, but I need to do. So, what is the solution? 24 by 7,
Hmm.
your prefrontal cortex, this part of the brain, will be searching for the solution that how we can manage that time. So, in defining
Right.
the personal goal and being like doing the personal development, your vocabulary, your thought process, it's like a complete package.
Okay. That's right. We have another question. Yashpa Zaman is saying, I want to scale up the growth of my company. It's one of her goals. So,
That's wonderful.
in order to scale up and ensure growth in your company, there are a few things that you need to do. First one, you have to retain a certain level of motivation in order to achieve your goal and break it down into smaller achievable goals. So on a second note, you have to have the discipline to achieve your goals. If you lack the discipline, you will be like the other person who is saying that he wants to be punctual, but he cannot manage to do that. So it's a lot of discipline which is required that ensures you're reaching certain level of success and you're achieving your goals.
Yes. And along with that, Yashva, you need to first define what is the definition of growth for you,
Hmm.
because it is a very vague, it is not very specific statement. You don't have to write in the chat, but you take a paper and pen and you define what exactly the growth means. Does it mean having more clients? Does it having more revenue? Does it mean expanding your business? Does it mean that reducing the cost? Does it mean that having the different kind of clients than what you are having currently? Or does it, what does it mean exactly for you? So you have to
Hmm.
define it, because growth, it's a very vague term. Write it down and be very very specific. I want these many clients from these industries during these
Okay.
months. When you write it, then only you can create a tangible plan to action.
Right. Right.
And I would
So
suggest
just
at this
saying,
point of time that
hmm,
don't make n number of goals for the year. During the year, make maximum three major goals. Then you break
hmm,
them down to smaller goals. Because if you make many goals, then none of them will be in your focus and you will not be able to achieve it. That will demotivate you. So make maximum three major goals. For me, I have only two major goals this year. Then I have broken them down into different milestones, which may look like goals to others, but for me, it's just a milestone.
okay, that is interesting. So the most useful advice is that you have to specify exactly what you want to achieve. So even if you're talking about growth, just saying that you want to grow or you want your business to grow is not enough. You need to identify what growth refers to. Do you want to increase number of services? Do you want a certain amount in the bank? Do you want to change the operations of your system? Do you want to have more employees on the team? Do you wish to make sure, do you wish to have more clients? Do you wish to have more refined services? There can be multiple facets of growth and there can be multiple stages. So you need to sit down with yourself and identify them. Do you agree with me, Nitu?
Yes, 100%. Because I have seen it many times. I want like lot of things, but the moment I take paper and pen, I realize, oh God, I don't know even what I want. It was so vague term, like I want to be happy. Okay, can you define what is the meaning of happiness? Because happy is something for me, maybe buying a new dress or living in a good house or going for a vacation. It could be anything, or just feeling good about it, or being healthy, not going to doctor for the whole year. So what is a happiness for you? You have to define. The moment you start defining, then you will focus on those areas. Suppose for me, if this year, if the happiness is or the well-being is to reduce my weight to the normal range, so I will focus only on that. I'll not focus on other things. That will anyways happen when the time will come. So write down whatever you like. If you want to be like Ashish, if you want to be punctual, you have to write, okay, this year my goal is that you be very specific. I'll take this example and go ahead. this every week, out of 10 meetings, at least 99 meetings I should be on time, or out of 10 assignments I should be 9, I should be on time. Set realistic target. Don't say that, okay, 100% I will achieve. 100% is very unrealistic because non like unforeseen circumstances may come. So set the target like this, and then you, after every week, you evaluate that, okay, I had 10 different assignments this week, or 10 different meetings, and out of that I achieved 8. So where did I go wrong? What can I do so that next week I'll be able to achieve this target? Next week again you decide, okay, I have 20 meetings or 20 tasks, whatever. I will try to achieve at least 90% or 95% on time. If I'm, then again weekend you will analyze that data and see whether I was able to achieve it or not. And this way, the how does a neuroplasticity works? The habits are made using the neuroplasticity. And how does it work? You need to have two things. One is a strong emotion which you're already having because you're feeling that there is something wrong and you need to change. The second is the consistency, reinforcement. So if you do it for 30, 40, like 10 to 15 weeks, then you don't have to think about it. It'll automatically happen. The moment you see any meeting or any assignment, you will plan and you will do it on time. So you have to write it. Like punctual means exactly what? You want to wake
Hmm.
up on time, you want to attend meeting on time, what exactly you want to do?
Yeah, because there are n number of things you're doing in a day, and then there are
Yes.
so many days in a week. So what is it that is not making you punctual?
Yes.
Anyways, moving on. I want to know what are the major factors that interfere with goal setting.
That's wonderful question. I love this one. The first is that we are not specific. We write our dreams and we think it's a goal. Dreams are very virtual and the goals are very tangible. So we have to write it down. That is the first thing. Second, the most important thing is that what is the motivation? Why you want that? If that why is not clear, then you will not have that motivation coming from inside to do that. There are two type of motivations are there: away from and towards. What is your motivation? I'll give the example of both. Suppose for like the child is there and they have to learn multiplication table, right? I'm giving very simple example. Now if the mother is forcing them that you have to learn it, you have to learn it, they will take longer time to learn because it is away from. They want to go away from mother's scolding, so they are learning it. Willingness is low. But if the second motivation is towards, they want to learn multiplication table so that they can participate in Olympiad and be the Olympiad champion. So that is towards motivation. So what is your motivation for goal that you have to see? Whether you have the motivation or not, that's the first thing. Second, you have to see whether you have the motivation or not. That away from or towards. And the third biggest major problem is that commitment. You have to review your own goals like your boss does for your performance review. Every week I sit down and see that, okay, this is what I decided for this week. I couldn't do it. I don't punish myself, but I plan it for the next week. So you have to be very genuine in your commitment. So these
Hmm.
three major problems I see, they are very like they are dreams, not the goals. So they are not specified clearly. The second is the what is the motivation, whether there is a motivation or not, and the third is that the commitment. If these three things are in place, anybody can achieve anything, whatever they wish for.
So the dreamers are not achievers.
Dreamers are achievers when they write it down, the goals, and when they work on it. Dream will remain dream. Like your brain child is in brain. To bring it, the child to life, you have to bring it in your hands. You need to work on it. You need to get your hands dirty. You need to work extra
Mhm.
hours. You need to do
Right.
something. If you're thinking that you work for 8 hours and then life will be beautiful, life is beautiful, but it will not grow. So you will have 365, not 368.65.
Okay, all right. All right, that's nice. Um, I want my audience to share with us what are the major hiccups or challenges that they face when they are setting up their goals. What stops you from doing it? Are you able to identify the right kind of achievable, realistic goals that you should have? What are the normal practices that you are using when you're setting up goals? So I will ask the same question from Nitu now. Well, you tell me in the comments the answers to these three questions that I have asked from you. What are the challenges that you face when you're setting goals? What stops you from setting them? And what are the practices that you have used till today to set up your goals? The question from Nitu also, while she answers it, you tell me yours. In comments, please. I'm waiting for you guys.
See, for me, the first challenge which I feel by setting the goal is that everything looks beautiful here in my brain. But the moment I start writing, I get scared because a lot of inner that criticism comes and imposter syndrome comes. Then, no, you can't do it, this problem, that problem. So our brain tries to defend us. Sorry. And so writing very specific goal, that is the biggest challenge I feel. That but you have to really think that okay, this is what I want to do, even if it looks impossible. After 365 days it will be possible because I'm doing little thing. So little faith is required in yourself and almighty that yes, I should be able to do it because I'm putting my efforts for it. The second question is can you specify the second question? I forgot. I think you're on mute.
Yes. The second question was how difficult it is to do that. Like, what are some of the issues that you're facing? And the third one was the practices.
Yes. The biggest issue which I face, which I think all of you will be able to resonate, is that I know what I want to do. I don't know how to do it. And that scares me the most because I know I have to achieve something, I have to reach somewhere, but I have no clue how I'm going to do. And what I do for this thing is I take one step at a time. I'm a continuous improvement leader, so I believe in continuous improvement, not the drastic one, not the quantum leap thing. So I take one step. Okay, with my current resources, this is the next step I can take. I will go there. And then I will see, okay, now with these current resources, I can take next step. It's something like from here, you're walking in dark, you don't know which direction to go, and you have a small torch in hand. So you'll see with the light, whatever the next stone you see, you step on it, and then you wait there. Then again, you put the light around you and check, okay, that is the next stone, I'll go there. So step by step, you're going ahead. So this is how I work it out because I get sometimes scared. I set some goals which really scares me, but this is how I work. I just take one step at a time, and the most important thing, keep exploring. I always tell universe talks in the most subtle way. You have to be attentive. Enough to listen. If you have a question in mind, just it's like a NLP and hypnotherapy exercise. But before sleeping, tell yourself, I'm having this question. I request universe, I request my brain, I whatever you believe in God, please answer, help me to find this answer. And you sleep. Next day you get up and just be attentive enough. You will get the answer. From where, I don't know, but you will get it. Either on somebody will post on LinkedIn or two people will be talking and you will overhear it. You will read in the newspaper. It always happens with me. It never happened that I never got the answer. So you have to ask and then it will be answer will be given to you. You just have to be attentive enough for it. I want you to try this exercise for whatever question you have. Today you do, and let's see whether tomorrow you get the answer or not, and then share in comments.
Yes, that would be very interesting. So, moving on, should we give them the exercise
Yeah, we can
for
start with.
goal setting? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So, when we were talking before the show about helping you in setting your goals and understanding yourselves better, we planned a worksheet, an exercise, an activity for you where you can share with us some interesting facts by working on this sheet. So, in the comments, I'm pasting a link and I request all of you to download. It's going in YouTube. So I'm sharing on LinkedIn. Give me a moment, please.
By
I
the
need
time
you
you're sharing,
guys to download this document from from this link that I'm sharing with you now in the comments. You can download it, fill in for yourself as an exercise, And after downloading, you can email it back to Neetu Chaudhary. She will go through your responses and then we will discuss them. This is something that we are expecting you to do now because it is part of our talks. So go ahead, click on this link that I have shared with you on through WeTransfer, download the document, make your entries inside the document, fill it up. There are some questions to help you go through your goal setting exercise. And then once you have finished, email it back to Nitu so that she can go through your answers and we can discuss them with you.
Yes. We'll
So
take
we are
couple of
waiting
them
for
and
your.
then we'll discuss.
Sorry?
Yeah, we'll take couple of them and then we'll try to discuss in the show itself.
Yes,
Yeah,
sure. So someone has asked us a question. Aisha Saeed says, hi Nitu, goal setting and how to stick to the plan.
that's
Okay, so
wonderful.
Aisha, she will tell you how to stick to the plan. In the meantime, you can go back to the comments. I have given a link. You can download the worksheet, the planning worksheet, where you can actually set your goals. And then we will go ahead with talking about how to stick to them.
Can we share that screen now? The last sheet
Yes.
I wanted to share where we have done the goal setting. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen? I hope you are able
Yes.
to see that. Okay. So in that, see, first you have to write the goal in detail. Detail again, I'll repeat this when you have to be very specific. For example, if we say that the confidence building or personality confidence, if you talk about that as a goal, what exactly the confidence means to you? Being able to talk in a meeting or talking in public, becoming a public speaker is a confidence, or being able to talk to your boss freely, or being able to put your ideas openly and confidently. What does exactly the confidence means to you? That you have to define. So be very specific in defining your goal. The next question comes is for this is for like I think I'm answering all the questions over here. Why do you want to achieve this? Why it is important to write this is because that will be your motivation. Why exactly? What is the pain point? What is it calling from inside? What is it hurting you and telling you, no, this is something I need to improve this year no matter what? So you have to write, why do you want to achieve this? And if it is not meaningful, then you can drop it. But if it is really meaningful, which is adding value to you, then you write it down explicitly that I want this because I feel frustrated when people don't listen to me, and I don't feel confident. So I'm not able to give my ideas openly like this. So write it. The third question is, what if we don't achieve it? What will happen? Life will remain same. So will you be frustrated? Will you be sad? Write all your emotions. How will you feel if it doesn't happen? Why it is important here in this sheet, I'm using both the motivation, away from and towards. That's the whole purpose, because you are like getting the two engines in the one go. One is pushing you, one is pulling you. So that's why write it that, okay, what will happen if I don't achieve this? I don't want to live this life, I want a better one. So but that is my motivation. Then how are you going to do this? This is the
Like the
fourth question,
process.
is the most, yes, the most important and the most vague one. You may not have clarity enough in the beginning, so this is something you have to change every week or every month. You have to say, okay, I want to
Yes.
build the confidence, so I will join this month, whatever meeting happen, at least one time or two times I will get up and put my point or raise my question or give my ideas, no matter what. Even if everybody laughs, I'm going to do that. That is your target, right? Then next month you set another target, like that. So you have to be making very detailed plan. I will join Toastmaster, I will join some public speaking club, I will attend some trainings, I will improve my language, I will join some personality development course. So you have to make investment of your time and money to develop yourself. I always say, if you join any course, it's not an expense, it's an investment, because it gives back to you, multiply by 10 times, 100 times. So the fourth point you write in very much detail. Then write the target dates, that by December 31st, 2022, I should say, yes, I'm very confident lady, or I'm very, so my company has grown three, like whatever the growth I define, like that. Break down your target into milestone one, two, three, four, no matter how many milestones you want to put based on your goal. Again, it's very specific, so we can have separate discussion for that. But define, break your milestones into small chunk, and then review them regularly. This is very important. And the last one, which is the most important, is how are you going to celebrate when you achieve it? You write it now, today. Because whenever during the journey you get demotivated, you feel I'm not getting results, I'm working so much, why it happens to me always? All these thoughts will come in your mind. When you read why you are doing and how you are going to celebrate, that will give you the motivation which you need. So the last question is equally important. This is the complete package of defining your goal. Not only just saying I want to be more healthy. That is very vague term. You have to define very specifically that what exactly we want. So whether it comes to the confidence, it comes to public speaking, it comes to writing a book or growing your business, it could be anything. This sheet is like a master sheet for it.
Thank you so much for explaining it. That was very, very comprehensive. I strongly believe that now our audience is able to quickly make their points in the sheet, and they will be sharing with us shortly. To you guys, I will say that don't forget we are waiting for you to email it back to us. The email address is inside the document that we have shared with you, and you can easily fill up and send it back so that we can review and talk to you again to help you continue setting smart goals. Why do we call them smart goals, Nitu?
Smart because maybe they make us smart, that's why. It is an acronym. I love this acronym because it makes us think that how to, again, the dream to reality, how we are going to do that. So it has to be very specific. As I said, the confidence or the growing the business or getting a new job, what does exactly it means to you? New job could be the same paying job in the same frustrating environment. You don't want that, right? So you have to be very specific what exactly you want. Goal has to be specific. The next is it has to be measurable. How are you going to quantify? For example, if I say I want to be more happy, now we cannot measure it, right? Either I need to say today I'm 10% happy, so tomorrow I'll be 15% happy. So whatever goals you are setting, it has to be measurable. Then it should be achievable. It should not something like I want to be the president of US. For to be the US president, I have to be US citizen, which I am not. So it's not even achievable. So it's not neither realistic nor achievable. So it has to be something achievable which can be done within the current resources what we are having. Then it should be relevant to you, not to anybody else. It should make sense to you. If it makes sense to you, you will do it. No matter what, you will figure out how to do it. And it should be time bound. I will open my business someday when I retire. So it is not time bound. You have to say, okay, if I want to write a book, I will start, I will find an author, or I will write it, I'll get it reviewed, and by September I should be publishing my book. Then you backtrack and define different milestones for it. Like if I have to publish in the September, I need this to finish writing by March so that I can get it reviewed. I have to find a publisher. You have to define all those milestones, so it should be time bound. So this is what the smart is. It makes us think that how to make dreams into like paper, write it in tangible form.
You have a compliment from Aisha. She says that it inner calling, these words come from a very experienced person in life, not just because of education.
Thank you. I have done a lot of
Yes.
mistakes, you
So
know. Yeah, so
yeah.
I encourage everybody do as many mistakes as possible. Don't play
Yes.
safe in life.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Do you think that our goals need to be aligned with the resources that we have? Or do you believe that resources can be arranged for even in at a later stage? So goals should not be challenged by resourcefulness of the person who is setting the goals.
It's very interesting question, and I cannot say yes or no for that. It is a partial. The first thing is it for my goals. When I'm saying it should be relevant and achievable. Here, this A and R area, I need to check whether I have the resources or not available for me for that currently. If it is not available, I need to set a little longer timelines, because I need to arrange those resources. It will come as an action plan for me, right? So I need to arrange that. But most of the time it happens, whatever dreams we have all the resources available with us. We have not just exploited them enough to use it. So we need to, like, most of the time when I help people to set goals, or when I help for myself, I have seen that they have everything available, but they just don't have that, either the clarity or the determination or the action plan or motivation. Something else ingredient is missing in achieving that.
Right. So they're
And
not able
once
to
you,
identify them.
yes, and once they have it, then the resources can be arranged. Things falls in place when you have action plan in place. Because this is how the brain works. As I was explaining, it's a
Yes.
neuroscientifically proven fact. Brain doesn't
Hmm.
like questions. Brain doesn't like, and especially unresolved things, brain doesn't like. You would have seen, if your key is missing or something is missing, and you say, okay, I'll find it tomorrow. But even if you're sleeping, your brain keeps thinking, where is it? Where did I keep it last? I kept it there, then it should be there. Your brain doesn't like unresolved things. So if your brain knows that you want to do something, but you don't have resources, don't worry, 24 by 7 this brain will keep looking for resources for you. So we can utilize our
Right.
evolution based brain for our benefit.
Okay. That is very interesting.
Yeah,
You
brain,
make me
you,
think of the brain as another person living inside my skull.
yeah, it 24 by 7 it works for us. And it doesn't like unresolved things. What, whether it's any movie, if you're watching and you see that if you leave it in half and it's a mystery movie, you cannot sleep that night, because your brain will keep thinking, what happened next, what happened next, what is the final thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Seriously, I hate scary movies anyway.
So
They are good
you
for
give the
nothing.
job to brain
All,
that, okay, I want to
all the
achieve this and
negative
I have
emotions
resources.
come through that.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So let us review if you have received any email, Nitu. If you could
yeah.
quickly check. We got any
Uh,
mail from someone
no, I
as
have
yet?
not received mail. No, I have not received any mail yet.
So, you guys, you need to note that we are waiting for you to send us back the worksheet that we have shared with you. If you are unable to download it or are facing any problem in accessing it, please let me know now and I will share it with you once again. We really want to help you in setting up and identifying your goals, and hence the worksheet is there to facilitate that. Just fill in all your points in the worksheet and share with us. Once again, you can download it by clicking at the WeTransfer link I'm sharing in comments with you. I have shared it twice in the same chat. So below this video, there are comments appearing where you are also sharing your view with us. That's where you will find the link.
Now, by the time they are doing it, I have one question for everybody. If you don't achieve your goal, what do you do? You set a goal and you have not achieved it. What do you do? I want to hear now.
So, if you have set a goal and
And you
you
have not
fail
achieved.
to achieve it,
What is your reaction,
what do you
emotional,
do?
and what do you do exactly?
Do you want me to answer it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So here is how it goes. When I set up a goal, I feel super excited, and this is one of my favorite activities. So I do it
Wow.
quite often, not just in the beginning of the year. So I keep setting up different goals, and I feel more excited when a goal is highly challenging to achieve. So I set myself very lofty goals. However, it's not possible for a person to achieve always 100% of all the goals he or she has set. So same happens with me. So when I do not succeed in achieving a goal, I change my strategy and my approach towards the process that helps me achieve it. So if I have tried something and it has not worked, I will change and try something totally different. I will assess the timing, I will assess the way I have exploited and invested in the resources, and I will see if adding more to that could actually help me get that. And it works. In 99.9% of the times, it works because I have reviewed from my previous experience what went wrong, so I'm able to make things happen. That's what I do.
I love this. I love this. Seriously. This is beautiful because many times people they change the goal. So you have to go back and think, why did you even define the goal? And that's why the sheet which I have shown to you, it's very important. You're writing why you want to achieve that goal,
Yeah.
from what you want to go away, and how are you going to celebrate it. So don't change your goal, change the strategy. I think Noshin has explained it so beautifully with the real life example. Change your
Mhm.
strategy, try to figure out new resources, because not necessarily the first strategy you thought will work out. So another strategy, you keep trying different things, but don't change your goal because you have defined it for some reason. Go back and review your reason first, rather before changing your goal. It's beautifully
It's
done, I
just
loved
like,
it.
Nitu, it's just like cooking. When
Hmm.
you're cooking a dish and you miss out a couple of spices, obviously the flavor is going to be different, and it might not taste the way you want it to. So that's
Yeah.
a kind of partial failure for you. What you do next time is you use more spices to have a certain flavor, and you might succeed, or you might discover a new solution that is making you have a completely different taste and is more likable than what you were expecting. So I strongly believe that all of us need to either, instead of changing the goal, either use resources more strategically, add to resources, or minus some of the resources that were not useful. And that will help us in achieving.
Yes, that's wonderful. And up to this, I would like to add one more thing. Something that was making sense to me last year may not make sense this year because I have evolved, things have changed. So your goals may change, but goals should evolve, right? Because the things may change, so you are evolving, you are enhancing your goals. That is also very important to understand, that you have to frequently review your goals also. That does it make whatever was making sense in 2020 or 2018, does it make sense now to me, or do I want to achieve some other things, some more things in life? So that this is how you have to define it, and keep reviewing it regularly.
Yes.
I'll give my example. For all these years I'm thinking that I have to like reduce my weight and become more healthier, but it's just a dream. I never made any action plan. So
You have to.
2021, 2021, that's what I'm making it public now. So that I
Yeah.
have to do it.
You go
2021, and
back
I
to
have
it
set
and
it
then
as a
you do
goal.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I said that I have two goals this year. One of them is that only. And that is really challenging because my metabolism is low. So, but yeah, I have a plan for it in place, and every week I have a target for it. So, and every week, Friday morning, I take my weighing scale and check my weight. So that's a kind of a review of achieving my target. And
Okay,
the
that is
target is
good.
very progressive target. I have not said that I have to reduce 30 kg, not 30 kg is the end result, but in between I have broken it into very small goals.
Yeah,
And I'm making it
yeah,
public so
true.
that I'm responsible now for it.
True. So we got a comment from someone. It's Faiza Izhar. She's saying people change the goal if they miss the passion. So how do we sustain the passion and the motivation if it's difficult for us to achieve what we want to achieve? Like if the failure is coming quite often, how do we stay motivated and passionate about achieving the goal?
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I'm so thankful that you asked this question, Faiza. The failure will be there. There is no way that we will not fail in achieving our goal. Failures will come. They are part of the success or part of achieving the goal, whatever we want to achieve. Now, when we fail, we can do two things. The first thing is that we can give up. But before giving up, go back and see what you have written. Why, first of all, were you wanted to achieve it? That sheet which I have shown you earlier, it has a very important question. Why I want to do this thing? Why is it important for me? When you go back and read it, you will realize no, even if I fail, this is a reason for me. I have to do it no matter what. Even if I fail, I'll try a new strategy. That is the most important thing. And second thing is that learn from those failures, change your strategy, and go ahead, because nobody in the world has not failed. Like everybody has failed in achieving it. I have got rejection so many times. Like I can write, I think, a book about it, all the rejection and bad things and all. I think everybody can write like that. So don't feel that just because you got rejected, you have to be demotivated for that. Cry for a day, get up and do again. Don't give up. No matter what, just go. You want it, go get it. No matter what it takes.
Hmm.
I tell
I
my
will
daughter
agree.
always, You want it, you get it, finish. So she said, how will I
Yeah.
get it? I said, you have to figure out how to do it. Don't
Hmm.
depend on time, circumstances, parents, resources. Don't depend on it. You want it, you have to put things in place to go and reach there, and there is a strategy
Yes.
available for it, so follow that strategy.
Yes, very true. So if you still have the reason and the desire intact, you will be able to find motivation in multiple ways. And you will be able to keep the passion alive to pursue your goal. It all depends on you. I don't know why it's very difficult to pull you out of the real thing. If because it's your goal. So as long as you yourself are there with all your heart in it, you'll be able to achieve it sooner
And
or
this
later.
reminds me, yeah, and this, you have said such a beautiful thing. Now that reminds me, I think everybody here would be able to resonate with it. If you want, that's why I said in the beginning, don't set more than three goals. I have set only two goals for me. And then you have to live your goal. You cannot say, like, I have a niece who wants to join some university in Canada, but I don't see that passion, that fire, that okay, studying 1 hour in a day is not going to give you that admission. You have to live your dream day in and day out. If you want to open a business 24 by 7, it should be in your mind, it's your brainchild. If you want to, like, I want to reduce weight, it should be in my mind 24 by 7, keep reminding me I have to work on my weight, so I have to be careful with my diet. If you want to build confidence, it's not only about the office. Whenever
Yes.
you're talking, whether you're family, you're in the market, anywhere, you have to remind
Hmm.
yourself, I have to present that I'm confident. I have to do something that I look confident. So
Yes.
whatever you want to achieve in your life, you have to live your dream. For example, somebody has said just now that for the job, I want a better job. You have to be
Yeah.
living your dream day in and day out, 24 by 7. It should be in your mind always. How can I enhance skills? What are the job platforms available? How can I enhance my CV? How can I build the network? You have to keep
Hmm.
thinking of different strategies, and you have to keep everything in one place. See, it is, strategy is not something one item, it's a package. You have to work on a number of things, and then it becomes a package. Then it is your action plan. So you have to live your dream. I have seen many people, they want something, but they are not living their dream, and that's the reason they don't achieve it. 24 by 7, it should be in your mind that yes, I want it
Yes.
so badly that I'll do anything to achieve it. I'll sacrifice my sleep, I'll sacrifice vacation, I'll do anything to do it. Otherwise, it will
Hmm.
remain
It's
your
the
brainchild, it will
want.
not come to life.
True. Very true. And we have received a lot of messages about building confidence during this session. Confidence is something that comes through a few factors. You need to be determined to overcome your fears. If you do not let go of your fears that are intimidating you, you will never be confident. Secondly, confidence comes through discipline, through practice. So if you feel that confidence is something you need to build, then you need to change the way you are living, you're talking, moving, setting your schedule, meeting people, talking, again talking. See? So if you're not taking care of this, if you're not open to change, if you're not flexible to try new stuff, you will never be confident. You cannot be good at something that you have never tried.
That's very true,
So
because
so do away
confidence
with your
is,
fears.
sorry, I couldn't hear.
So I said do away with your fears. Let them go.
Yes. Yeah. And how will you let them go? By equipping yourself with the resources which you need. For example, if you're not feeling confident because you don't know certain language, so you have to identify, you have to be very critique with you. Say, okay, I don't feel confident when somebody talks to me in English. Find it, improve on that language, improve on that area, and then you will feel. So you have to equip yourself with those resources, then your conviction will be strong, and then your confidence will automatically go ahead.
Yes.
So if you are
Very
like,
true.
if you want, like in cooking, if you're not confident, or if you're doing some financial thing, you're not confident, learn those skills. As Noshin mentioned, learn those skills, equip yourself with those resources, knowledge, skills, and then automatically you will be more confident. So confidence doesn't come only with like thinking. Of course, you have to feel confident, but the real confidence comes when you know what you are talking about, what you are doing.
Yes. So just sitting, thinking, and telling yourself that you're not confident enough, It's not going to help you. You have to
Yes.
go out, you have to test, try, set things into practice, build your resources, find resources if you do not have them already. Acquire skills, like Nitu has said. If the lack of confidence is due to absence of skills, you can always update your skills, learn more stuff, and then use it, and you will be
Yes.
confident.
And lot of
This
factors, the
goes
way you
to, yeah,
dress, yeah, the way you dress, the way you stand, like lot of things are there. It's a big topic, emotional intelligence, your dressing, your personality, lot of factors play role into that. And of course, but nothing can beat your knowledge. If you have the knowledge of what you're talking, then that is the biggest factor for your confidence. So
yes,
equip
you will
yourself with
automatically.
resources.
Very true. Yes. Okay. Mushtaq Rahman has said something. Let's see. Confidence is where your expectations meet your perceived reality. Explore and adjust either or both as needed.
Yes, the perceived reality and the expectation, yeah. So confidence is something that how do you want to appear and how you're appearing. When it becomes same, that time you feel confident. Yeah, we can say that. And to reach that level, how I want to be perceived and how I equip myself, so that will help me to reach that level. But again, things
Hmm.
will not move until we do something. If you want to achieve
Yes.
something, you have to put efforts to do it. Things doesn't happen automatically by themselves.
Yes, that's
Like
very
there is a
true.
saying that God helps those who help themselves. So when we help ourselves, God sends all resources, but we have to utilize those resources. It's up to us.
Right. So I have a question. I was thinking while you were speaking, Nitu. Do most of our goals relate to the needs that we have? Let's
It's
go back
beautiful.
to the hierarchy of needs, and then we can discuss it that way.
Yeah, I think that we will show. It's a wonderful question Oshin has asked. We all are at the different stages in our life, and that's the reason we all have different goals. We may not have the same goal. So don't compare your goal with somebody else. I still remember, I'll tell you one joke. One of my colleagues, she was very lean and very lean and short. And of course, you can see me, I'm like plump. So we both were sitting in the cafeteria, and she said, huh. I also said, huh. She said, I don't know when my weight will be 40 kg. I also said, I don't know when my weight will be 40 kg. But we had the same target, but we were going in different
Yes,
direction. And we
yes,
started
yes.
laughing, looking at each other. So the same way, we are in different stage of our life, and we have different goals. Like here in this chart, 7 stages are defined. I still love that joke whenever I think of reducing weight. So, like at some point, we were in psychological needs. We need shelter. Like if it's raining, we need shelter. We need house. We need water. All these things. So these are the basic needs which we need. Somebody might be at the safety stage. Safety stage means they need the psychological safety, they need money, they need a routine job so that monthly salary comes. They might be at this stage. Then some people might be at the love and belonging stage, where they need the family love, affection, they want to feel important to people, they want to feel that they are wanted in the society, all these feelings. Then the next is the esteem, that I should be respected in society, I should have some high status in society. That's the need. Then aesthetic, cognitive need comes. When all these below needs are satisfied, the cognitive need comes. That I should have the knowledge and information and resources so that I can predict my future. I'll take life insurance policy so that I can be assured. I'll take this insurance policy, that insurance, so that I can predict that okay, if things goes wrong, I can feel safe with that. So the knowledge, the need of knowledge, the need of security, the need of prediction comes in the cognitive. Then comes the aesthetic. Aesthetic means when all the basic needs are satisfied, I have enough money and everything, then I will think about beautifying myself, buying new dresses, beautifying home, going for luxury, lavish vacations and all that. That comes in
Right.
aesthetic. And when all these things are satisfied, the last one comes is the self actualization. When the goals are totally different, goals are not centered. All these goals, the seven, these below goals, aesthetic, cognitive, esteem, love, safety, psychological, they are inside, the centered inside. But the moment we read to self actualization, it looks self, but the goals are outside us. And that is the drive, that self actualization goals are towards goal, not away from goal. All these goals they think like away from, but self actualization is towards mostly. So if whatever stage you are in this in the life in this triangle, you have to think how I can go to next stage, and then you have to set goals. Don't compare your goals with anybody else, because we all are in a different stages of life. And then you have to be very clear how desperately you want. If you have 20 goals in this year, try to group them and come up with only one or two goals in a year which you really want. And if that happens, it will change your life completely from the last year. And if it doesn't happen, your life will remain either the same or it will go worse. So work on only one
Mhm.
or two goals.
Very interesting. So, what I feel is that the needs, the like in this hierarchy, wherever you place yourself, it determines the kind of goals you will set for yourself and the kind of achievements you would want to have during a year's time.
Yes.
Yeah, very true. Did you receive any email?
No, I don't know. For some reason, I've not received it. Somebody has sent.
Maybe people are working on that. So
Yeah.
what we can do is you guys can still email us once you have finished, and then we will get back to you via email with responses to your goal setting activity. Neetu, thank you so much for being with me today. I really enjoyed this conversation. It was highly informative. I really value the wonderful snippets of knowledge you have shared with us that we can use in setting up new goals for ourselves. And I'm sure this year is going to be very, very successful for all of us.
Thank you so much. I love talking to you, and I love all the questions. They were so wonderful questions. I love it. And I wish everybody to get millions of opportunities to realize your dreams.
Yes. I mean, all right. Thank you. Have a good day. Take care. Bye for now, everyone.
Thank you.